Hello everyone, I am Deelip Yadav, student of Faculty of Engineering, Lucknow University. I am here to represent my seminar and topic is floating building. Floating building and this is contents. First one is introduction, next one is basic principle, next one is balancing technique and buoyancy and balancing and stability and water quality and features and case study, then conclusion. And next slide is introduction. Floating houses are similar in concept and can be defined those houses which are constructed on water in a way that the load of the structure is equal or less than the uplift force of water, which help in floating the house on water. And next slide is basic principle. The principle used in the Archimedes principle, which state that the upward buoyancy force that it is exerted on a body immersed in a fluid, fully or partially submerged, is equal to the weight of the fluid the body displays. And next slide is building technique. In building technique, floating buildings are manufactured in a manufacturing plant free from weather condition. These are transported from the plant to the site by towing it with a boat in water. And buoyancy and stability are the important aspects that are to be taken care. And next slide is buoyancy. Floating house do not need to be lighter than the land-based home. In the sense of we are same houses, not any difference between land houses and floating houses. And the weight of the furniture and installation quickly add up to as much as 6 or 7,000 kilo. This make the house sink or around 10 centimeter deeper into the water, and it can lie in the water of hundred of year without any maintenance. And next slide is next slide is balancing. The weight of a floating house must be evenly distributed over the surface area. They apply to be a building itself as well as furnishing and installation inside. If this is not the case, the house would tilt one side or the other. This is uncomfortable in situation, even unsafe, and last but not least, a very awkward side. A small division of half a degree means a tilt position of a number of centimeter at the roof. In some cases, the stability was achieved by the installation of balancing tank. Stability. Balance is the degree of tilt in climb weather. Enhanced to floating house is the fact that they sway to and fro in case of the heavy wind, regardless of the balance. A tilt position up to 4 degrees is acceptable as long as the distance to the adjacent house remaining at the least of 3 meters. To keep the house in place, they have all been constructed to two steel mooring poles by means of a fixed connection. The construction allows house to move up and down a couple of decimeter along with the water level. Next slide is water quality and still isolated water quickly become turbid. It provides an excellent habitat for algae, including the toxic blue-green algae, and overcome this difficulty. The water should be continuously kept under motion. Next slide is features. These houses are fixed to the vertical guiding pole. With the help of these houses can rise up to a height maximum of 18 feet. And the next, these houses are even in the shallow depth of water. The structure serves as flood construction. And next slide is case study Eisenberg Waterbuurt. Floating building communities in Amsterdam. In low-lying countries like Holland, planning was focused on separation and maintaining the division between land and water by reclamation, and for the sea by building dams and dikes. And the problem became further acute in the last decade due to global warming, leading to rise water with the several dry summer. And the sea level is said to be have rise by 20 centimeter in the last century and expected to rise by 3 times that amounted 21st century. And next slide is design. Together with two stone take the island of, and this is a design to construct a communities of floating house. And the next slide is one building envelope Waterbuurt is width 7 meter, length 10 meter, height above water 7.5 meter, deep underwater 1.5 meter, third floor 50% of maximum surface, minimum of 20% of the plot has to be remain open water, so cannot be for the garden or terrace. And next one is conclusion. In conclusion, floating house may be the need for the further in coastal area and flood area in India also. The technology of floating building is to develop artificial floating island is, is a similar method of design. The building stand as answer to meet the difficulty of rise in the water level. So this technology is not required in India but is essential for some part of the world. These buildings are treated to be eco-friendly. And next slide is one. These are references for extra knowledge for us floating building. Thank you. Thank you for everyone.